God's not mad at you. You just haven't really been taught how to have a relationship with Him yet. I have seen a lot of churches do a really great job at talking about God, but it seems like fewer and fewer are teaching us how to actually be in relationship with God. And I think that people are hungry for it. They're just lacking the discipleship. I mean, think about it for a second. Have you ever been taught in church how to hear God's voice? Have you ever had anyone sit down and tell you that God does not want you to feel shame or guilt or condemnation, and that He wants you to have a happy and fulfilled life? Has anyone ever told you that? I think a lot of times we tend to view God as this distant, faraway being that we're just trying to please, rather than a father who cares deeply about his children. It is my mission to make sure that you get the tools you need to be able to get into that relationship with God. And while I can't disciple all 76,000 of you, I can write a book that's available to everyone. This is my book, 7 Days to a Life of Limitless, and this is exactly the reason that I wrote it for. The very first chapter in here is how to hear God's voice. And then it goes on into God's promises for your life, your identity, your purpose, how to have intimacy with God, how to find peace with God, yourself, others, and what the journey looks like from here on out. So if you struggle in any of those areas, I want you to get a copy of this book. And I'm not just trying to sell you something because I wrote it because God asked me to. And when God asks you to do something, He gives you the words to say, because He knew that there would be people that need to hear this message. So if you want to grab yourself a copy, I've got signed copies available on my website or here in TikTok Shop. And if you just want faster shipping and you don't care about signed copies, it's also available on Amazon. Now, let's say you read the book, you learn the principles, but you still want a little bit more help putting those things into practice. I got you there too. This is Go Ask God, the journal. This is 120 questions that will help you practice hearing God's voice. I also have Go Ask God for Kids. This is the same concept, but it's in a coloring book version for kids. And last but not least, there's Prayer with a Purpose. This helps you to record your prayer requests, find scripture to stand on, ask God what He has to say about it, and record how they were answered. All of these journals are also available on Amazon, and you can get signed copies of them on my website. So you have no excuse now. You have no excuse to say, well, nobody ever taught me. I never knew how to do it. Everything you need to get started is right here. So now it's up to you. What are you going to do with the information?